Everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Krista here to do the monthly forecast for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome back, Capricorns. It's a general reading for your sign. I'm doing a 5-card improvement spread today. So if you needed inspiration or confirmation around an issue of improvement in your life as a general matter, this is what I hope will be helpful and healing for you. I'm just going to move the mic a tiny bit. All right, that's a little better. Yeah, I've been finding this really helpful. So everyone's getting the improvement spread this month. Bottom of the deck card for general energy, and then of course jumper cards from the other oracle decks here to polish off your reading. So what does Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Capricorn Rising signs need to know for the month of October 2018? Messages for Capricorn, October 2018. Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know? All right. So bottom of the deck energy for you for the month of October is the 5 of Cups. So what is making you feel emotionally disappointed here, Capricorn? It really can color the month for you. With 5s, we're always looking at a little bit of discord. So there's just emotional discord here, which can be felt, but anything honestly under a 7 in my view, and all of the elements here can be easily managed or handled. So it's just an issue of looking for the positive here, not paying attention to any emotional negativity or like a type of melancholy. This is really, whether this is a creative venture, a romance, business, really travel, whatever is going on for you that you're applying this to, it's really about where is your emotional focus? Where is your, gratitude? Where is that being focused? A sense of emotional establishment here. What preceded it was a sense of waiting for the other shoe to drop. What follows it is sentimentality or nostalgia. So there could be sort of a feeling of like a wishy-washy feeling with this, or again, an overemphasis on what might not be fulfilling as opposed to what is. So I do think that there could be, what you could use to your benefit this month, Capricorn, is to look at the big picture, okay? Stay focused on the big picture here, especially if anything is a little bit troubling or complicated. Really just remember to be grateful. Look at all the water we have here. This is going to be, well, let's get the other 2 cards out. How emotional is this going to be for you? I just really at first glance, there's just a real emphasis on emotions, emotional stability, awareness, attitudes around our emotions, which sounds bizarre, right? Like it's your thoughts and mind frame around your feelings, but because we do have the 7 of Cups sitting underneath it as well, it's like, where are you focusing this energy? Why would you be dissuade from looking at the big picture here? And then of course sailing away from something troubling, and then I'm just looking at a general energy, and then definitely some healing, looking at the healing component. So, and then this really established individual here, roots, something that's really built to last here. So again, look, large picture thinking is necessary for you this month, Capricorn. We're not going to nitpick emotional attitudes We're not going to nitpick feelings this month, okay? It's not going to serve you. We're going to not let this sense of emotional melancholy or disappointment take over anything for us, okay? Because I really feel like that's an incomplete picture of what is available to you and what really you've accomplished all this time. So we do have individuals here who could play major parts in your life. In the month of October, we do have a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, probably woman here, or someone who's got really effeminate qualities. Or this could be you if you're cross-watching, if you're a Scorpio moon Capricorn moon, for example, and you have a Scorpio sun. I mean, this could be, basically this is what you're already good at. What you need to focus on is having patience with the situation. There is a lot of healing energy behind this card as well. This is Temperance. The Temperance card really is, again, big picture thinking. We're not going to nitpick. We're going to look at the big picture. This is external to you. You could be feeling like you're drawn in a lot of different ways. Be careful here that if this is a relational issue, that you're not giving sort of, intimate emotional energy, even if you're not having, physical relations with someone else, that you're not dividing your emotional affections or interests, in too many different ways here. That is going to feel like an emotional theft, but it won't be because of what someone else is doing. It's because of where your emotional energy is being directed. Here is a really nice sailing away from something after having learned a lesson. There's calm waters ahead. This is what is internal to you. This is also going on in the mind. So you can set yourself free from something here. I do think, again, large picture thinking. And then, of course, your outcome or advice card is the King of Pentacles, which is extraordinary wealth. There's similar, in my view, to the Ten of Pentacles would be this sense of legacy, but like the king of the legacy, you're the mastery, okay? There's a mastery, there's a fulfillment here. So, remember that your feet are on the ground, you're solid. Don't let emotions trip you up. Let's get into these cards in their respective positions. So what do you already do well? So this is a really beautiful card. This is something, whether or not this is a person external to you, your own energies, or it's just the notion of the energies that are within this card, is beautiful, compassionate heart. Okay, there's a beautiful, compassionate heart here. Someone who probably loves you very much, or you love them very much. Something you already do well is you're able to provide compassionate well-being to someone else, or you're able to accept it. So this is a beautiful place to stem from. Like you are in a really, like you're bookended by really solid, beautiful, compassionate, steady, sturdy, stable, reliable energy here. These are really, you're dealing with a 5 and a 7. That's kind of petty, right? A little bit of 6, moving away from something. So don't get caught up in something that feels emotionally like a conflict, okay? It's petty and it's small and it's kind of beneath you. Be careful where your emotional energy goes, because you're already on solid ground, and you're bigger than this. Here, like I said, we have patience, which is also, as I pointed out, essentially what this is speaking to is temperance. Be temperate about a situation. This is in the position what you need to work on. Someone might be, there's something could be coming up from the past here as well. We do have the 6, which is the balance, right? The carrying on into the future from troubled waters, right? So just have some patience around these issues. Be temperate with someone who could be causing a little bit of conflict or bringing something old that's probably already been solved or worked through, or under the surface that crops up in times of stress, for example. Maybe just try to have the patience with you and that other person at this time. Also some faith that it's going to work out, because this is also an incredibly healing card. I do find that the Temperance and the Star cards in the Major Arcana have enormous healing energy to them. So maybe more of a focus on healing, a focus on what's good, right? As opposed to what isn't working. Maybe you've been through this before and there's just, it could be like you've been through this before and you really you have now the opportunity to deal with this in a different way, and it's time to put that into practice. You could be called upon to, be the master or the boss here about a situation. Maybe calming someone's fears around a long-term issue, a long-term theme or outcome. Okay, here as well. I mean, the individual that could be playing a part in your environment here with the King of Pentacles is another Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, or somebody with those qualities as well. But a very, very mature energy. Both the Queen and the King is mature energy. So I think you're in good company. It's just something needs to be perhaps settled once and for all here. As I said here with your external resources, just be careful that you're not, dividing up your emotional intentions or commitments or energy into a lot of different environments, or that you're not acting confused, or if something's been established for a long time, that you're not like second guessing that emotional commitment or outcome or understanding. Again, this is an element of compassion. Could be a mother. This could be a mother-father thing that's going on here. You're bookended by, Queen of Cups. Honestly, that's very mothering qualities. And the King of Pentacles, which is very established, fatherly, long-term, very cemented. This is slow-moving energy. But it's very committed energy as well. So maybe just recognize how much is going right for you and capitalize on that. Here with your external resources, this is what's, your internal approaches or resources is an element of, let's not give this undue energy, this meaning, this letdown, this issue, this something that's cropped up, let's sail away from it. Let's take the lessons that we needed from it. This is the mind, ideas, beliefs, concepts, ideologies, thought processes, internal dialogue, even the way that we communicate with other people. But ultimately it's sailing on to calm waters. So you get to do that together. Either if it's a project, it's something you get to move away from, soothing yourself, okay, trusting that you can do this, having patience with yourself, learning how to approach a somewhat difficult emotional environment or issue with patience, okay, for yourself, right, for yourself and for the other entity or for the issue itself. If it's especially difficult and you're moving away from it, don't think it's all for naught. I do think it has an important lesson to teach you. Probably the most important one here as the advice is to stay solid, stay firm, okay? As I said, this is really anything under a 7 in my view, no matter what the element, is fairly petty. This is small beans. Don't give it more power than what it's worth, because there's something that's really solid here and long-standing, long-term commitment. Something that there's a mastery here, okay? There's something that's built to last here. So don't be willing to give that up. I can't help but say over and over, look at the large view picture. Don't get caught up in pettiness. It's a fairly simple reading for you, Capricorn. Not really a lot of confused energy. There's really not a lot of There's really not a different ways to really approach this. I'll be honest with you. This is pretty cut and dry. Don't give this emotional issue or dissatisfaction more energy than it's worth. Rely on your healing qualities. Look at the large picture. If you're being divided emotionally in too many different directions, it could be stealing from a long-term commitment. Be aware of where your emotional affections and energy are going. Sail away from a difficult situation. Don't give into it. Don't fight petty, useless fights here. Don't look for disappointment. Look for the solution. And remember, something is firmly planted. This is firmly planted here. And you are surrounded by love. You have a lot of love, both to give and provided to you. Maybe if you're dealing with someone else who's going through something difficult, understand that the relationship that you have with them, or the commitment that you have around this project or theme, business, whatever it is for you, is solid. That they just need a little bit of emotional attention or some compassion right now, or that you need to ask for that, or that you need to pay attention to that and not to what's difficult. Yeah, look at that. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So again, invite some passion into the situation. Maybe someone needs to be reminded of how attractive they are, or how important they are, how they do something, right? How they provide for you. Maybe you need to be reminded about how you provide for somebody, and that will make you feel really important or really special, or it will feed your emotional well-being. Just very, very cut and dry for you this month, Capricorn. Not a lot of, I would say there's really nothing negative here. It's not like you're dealing with negative emotions or anything like that. Just something that could feel emotionally daunting, but I do feel it's coming up from the past. It's something 10 to 1 you've already dealt with before, so you know how to get out of it. So also don't pretend that you don't know how to get out of it or don't know how to get away from it. Just use what you've used before. Be patient with yourself and the situation, and I do see it solving itself here. 2 cards jump out of the Wisdom of the Oracle. Change in the wind. Yeah, you could be looking at, if this gets solved, you're going to reach another level. There is another level that you and your business partner, your creative energies, your love interest, long-term planning, you're going to reach that next level here. But it's going to come through a slight disappointment. You're going to learn a lot about yourself and the other person or project in the process. So a change in the wind is probably what you need. Something needs to be refreshed here. Also, if you feel like something's moving in a direction that you're not ready for, observe why you might be feeling that. There could be this sense of having so much foundation and having your foot so firm in what you had planned that it's difficult to maneuver around a new phase or a new development. So be prepared for a change here. It's probably for your benefit, and you have a lot to learn here, and there's a great opportunity for healing. So particularly if this is coming up from the past, it could be a beautiful month for you in October to get to the root of this, Capricorn, and to defeat it once and for all. And a beautiful way to do that is to observe, okay? Try to get an eagle eye view of your own emotional prowess, your own emotional needs and requirements, and also contributions. What are you, if you are saying, for example, in October, like, this person is so emotionally difficult, or here we are dealing with this issue or concern or concept, once again, you're part of that equation. So maybe there's something that you and the other person or situation can come to terms about together. I certainly don't see anything here that says, you got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Please don't do that. There's something that's really solid here. It's built to last. Music. Yeah, so there could be messages. I always read this in terms of, there could be messages. You could be inspired by music. You could really need to express yourself musically, creatively. You could be putting something off that you need to work through energetically. Perhaps this is really just you were feeling thwarted in a creative sense, and now in October, you're able to express all this, you're able to get it out. If you are a writer or a musician, or this is about a creative venture, it'd be a great time for you to start expressing all this. And toward healing, this could really benefit you. Also, as I said at the very beginning of looking at that card, there just could be special messages for you in music. You could find a way to communicate with another person through music. Something you just hear on the radio that you're like, oh, I really needed to hear that, or I haven't heard that in so long, or something that really touches your heart, that allows you to communicate in a loving way, in a meaningful way, a message that's uniquely yours through music. It could even be, I don't know another way to express this to you except through this song, and it will really get through to someone. So you could have fun with that, actually. Or this is a really nice way to connect with someone that you feel on the outs with, or it could be your song, right? That could be the next development for you. Your final card is the Raven. This is magic. Yeah, anytime we see the Raven, we know that magic is afoot. Something is possible that you're not seeing right now, and it's achievable through this level of passion. It's achievable through this element of going with the flow, being able to change through process. Through progress. You could have been feeling so settled, and it's like a little bit of shake-up is what you needed here. And of course, when the Five of Cups comes up, it's always a beautiful way to permanently let go of that, pain. So I'm really happy to see it followed by a Six of Swords, to be honest with you, because that means you're taking the lessons and moving forward with them in order to become stronger and more aware. So beautiful to see this magic here with the Raven. Magic is really just science unexplained. So you could be playing with themes like occult themes, with telepathy, with ESP. Again, with the song, you could. This could be a really nice way to play with your emotions with this other special person in your life, for example, in the month of October as well. Don't be afraid to play with some magic, to give up this sense of having to know everything, everything has to be explained, everything has to have a place. Maybe just play with this element of there are some things that are unknown, and that's kind of exciting. And you don't have to be afraid of that, because there is a sense of establishment here already, that you do have the room to maneuver around some mystery here. So I really hope that made sense to you and it was helpful to you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for checking out my video today. If you have a second, comment below. I love hearing from you. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos, and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out as well. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that this finds you in great health and in good spirits. And until we meet in the next video, take excellent care. Bye for now.